I just got alerted as of 5:15 Eastern Standard Time that the dam started releasing full open. Hold on, I'm turning on my my stuff here so I can get a charge. That way I can keep the phone going. In just a second. I'm also getting my hotspot hooked up so that way I got good continuous service for you guys. Alright. So this video I'll be able to head over that way soon. Alright, cool. We're going to have a special guest on the show today, Parrish News Network. I'm not going to say who it is right now. I'm going to wait. Got the memo for... Okay. So yesterday we had a little 4-inch, like 4.5-inch rainstorm. There was another thing I was dealing with yesterday, so I could not live stream yesterday. I am here. I am still paying attention to stuff. I do apologize. I am trying my best to get everything out to you guys as fast and as quick as possible, but I was dealing with a situation yesterday. I could not live stream. The ditch here, which I'll stop at a good spot and show you. I just fixed the fence from everything that was going on yesterday, but hold on just a second. This is a good spot right here. I'll show you. So our drainage ditch that runs pretty close to our house filled up yesterday with only roughly about 4.5 inches of water from yesterday's rainstorm. Now they're projecting, at least through the first band, somewhere between 8 to 10 inches on Sunday, that's a lot of water. And then the dam is also releasing full open, was what I was told again at about 5:15. It's all over social media, here in the local pages of Manatee County. So I am going to check problem spots, and I'm going to stick with you guys probably for a couple hours talking about things. It's probably going to be a long live. You're more than welcome to share with your friends, share with your family, share with anybody that you think might benefit from this, because we flood super bad. 8 to 10 inches is super, it is inconveniencing for us, because a lot of times we end up having to leave. It's never got in our house, which is great, definitely a lot more fortunate than other people. And I feel for everybody that lost their house in Debbie. That's super, super sad. I'm trying to advocate for the people, and I'm trying to make sure that everybody understands what's going on. I am on my private driveway. As soon as I get out to the road, I'll put my seatbelt on. We're going to go driving around. I'm going to take you guys with me as long as it's not raining. And we're going to check out a couple problem areas here in Manatee County, specifically in the northwest part of the county, here in Parrish off of 675. I have gotten reports that over there in Mayaca, they're already starting to flood. Somebody texted me earlier today that had my personal number and told me that right here at Golf Course and Jim Davis Road, where the bridge is, Gamble Creek, was already pretty high. I'm not going to check Salt Meadows. I'm really not going to check them until the weather starts getting really bad and we get a lot of rain, because that's when you're going to start seeing things do weird stuff like we did last time. As far as I know, the skimmer has not been fixed in Salt Meadows, but the temporary patch, I'm going to be really interested to see how that's held up out there in Salt Meadows for the weir wall breach that was out there. Essentially all they did was they took a mixture of sand and what they call riprap rock, and they just mixed it all together and then packed it in somewhat, might I say, half-ass out there. Alright, there's a lot of traffic on the road right now. I'm seeing a lot of trailers. I started seeing a lot of trucks filling up with diesel and stuff today. The ditches are still very impacted out here on 675 in this particular area right next to Creekside, Manatee County. Did some of the job before this last storm. We didn't get a lot of rain off of it. but I would like to see them come back out here and fulfill their promise of taking care of the rest of 675. So, like I said, I'm just waiting on the traffic. There's a lot of traffic right now on 675, which is kind of odd. And I'm going to go checking problem spots. First, we're going to go to Gamble Creek up here at 675. We're going to actually take a look at it. We're going to see what's going on, give you a live picture of that. There was 7 sag bass. I have not seen that, but thank you for the information. They said there were 7 sandbag stations set up today. Not sure if they're open, but probably are because they're self-serve. So, thank you. Anybody that has any questions, any comments, please post them in the comments, the live comments, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. But we're going to go over here. We're going to check Gamble Creek at 675. We're going to check it on Jim Davis Road because as we seen in my last, well, I don't know if they got posted or not. I think they finally did post, but in the last live, which I have not posted the video that I took outside the truck yet, my apologies. I have not got around to editing it. I've had a lot of stuff with this FEMA paperwork going on and a lot of the other stuff. But there's a gauge that they installed out there at Jim Davis Road where the bridge is for Gamble Creek that gives you elevations, so that way you can gauge how accurate the river is up and down, the creek rather. So we're going to go take a look at that. We're going to go take a golf course and Jim Davis right there at the Gamble Creek at that bridge. We're going to go look at Manatee, Lake Manatee. There is a possibility that I might be able to give you guys live footage of the dam releasing water. I'm working on that. I'm hoping that's going to be a possibility. I've just got to wait on my contacts. So please stay tuned. Please tell people to join the live. Stay on the live because that is a really high possibility that we're actually going to see in real time what the dam looks like releasing water. If truly all 3 gates are full open, and what the status is with that drainage canal. And I'm also going to go here off of Rye Road, and I am going to give you some pictures of what that looks like. Alrighty, I've hit my blinkers, and alrighty. Jesus. There is a lot of traffic on 675, guys. I've never seen this much traffic. On my way to Waterline. Okay, change of plans. So we're not going to look at these right now. We are actually going to go and take a live look at what the dam looks like and how much water they're actually releasing. So please share with your friends. Please share with everybody that you know, and make sure that they're in the loop on what's going on. This is going to be live footage, guys. Unedited live footage. I'm going to bounce off here real quick to text my contact, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Let me see if I can get myself back on here. Him are linking up. I just seen him pass, so I'm following him over to the place that he goes to fly, and we're going to give you guys hopefully a live look at what the dam is looking like as far as the elevation, and we're going to give you live footage as to what they're putting out estimated from our calculations that we can find out for if the gates are full open, what that's looking like, how much water they're releasing, what the flow is, thing like that. So please, should everybody that you know, and make sure that you tell them this is going to be the first live look. He keeps texting me. Hold on just a second. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, he texts me again. Hold on. I'm gonna meet him. I'm gonna meet him there. I was just verifying that we was getting that all lined out. Again, this is all on the fly, guys. This is live. You cannot stage this stuff like this. So we literally got the notification just like everybody else on Facebook. They're going full open at 5:15. It's basically 5:48. So we are on the way, trying to get this footage for you guys. Please share with everybody. Please share with everybody. We're fixing to get live footage of the dam. The people on the river right there where they release have already gotten calls. So they are planning to release a lot of water. They're giving people plenty of heads up on this one, which is nice. I don't think it's enough in certain regards, because they called pretty decent earlier, letting them know it's going to be a possibility. But when they put it out that it was going to be 5:15, it was maybe only a 20-minute heads up. So I am on the way to meet up with my contact, and then as soon as we get that footage, we'll probably go check in the tributaries like I was talking about. 675. We'll check golf course, which I'm on now, and then Jesus, golf course is up. I'll tell you that right now. Like up. The retention pond's overflowing. The retention pond at Twin Rivers is overflowing into Gamble Creek. And my apologies for the crappy service. My hotspot should be picking up most of it to make sure that it stays connected for you guys. My apologies on that. But I'm going to flip the camera around so that way you guys can see the amount of traffic. The amount of traffic right now is crazy. Just bear with me. When we get closer to our spot, I am going to put the camera back on me because I would rather keep that private. But please stay with us. Please stay tuned and enjoy, taking the information that we're talking about. Please submit news tips to my email, ParrishNewsNetwork@gmail.com. That is going to be the place that you tell me about flooding. That is going to be the place to tell me about communities that were hard hit. That's going to be the place that you can give me up-to-date, real-time information. I will get it. I will check it. I've got somebody I'm supposed to cover next week with a personal interview. I'm supposed to go cover his story. He's out there on Jim Davis Road, and we're gonna be looking into all of this stuff in real time. So I'm currently at golf course and Rye Road. Let me flip it around for you. This is live and on the move, guys. We're checking out the dam. That's what we're doing right now while we still got good light. We're going to go check the tributaries. Specifically, I'm going to focus on Gamble Creek because that influences a lot of people in this area. And then it's probably not going to be today. It'll be tomorrow, probably as soon as I get off work at this point. We're going to check the Braden River sometime. And I want you guys just to pay attention to all the traffic that's going on. I mean, there is tons of cars out. Granted, I mean, it's 6 o'clock. It's probably work traffic related in there too, but, memos are going out. People are getting notified, things like that. People are going to start panic buying yet again. And that's going to be a bad situation for everybody. I'm seeing machines on the move. And And guys, if you don't mind, please like this video. Make sure that you share it with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Share it with anybody that you can. Trying to get them on here, because there is no guarantee that this footage will stay up. Especially not the stuff that's been going on. Also, I'm gonna switch back here. I would like to say to from North Carolina, South Carolina, East Tennessee, and Georgia, and in the Big Bend area, because they were majorly affected. My heart goes out to you guys, and I really, for you guys, I've seen a lot of the tragedies up there, especially Black Rock, Asheville, all these places, throughout North Carolina, South Carolina, definitely impacted super hard. East Tennessee, super hard. We've seen from Helen that we didn't get a lot of rain from it, but they got a lot of rain, and ultimately, I think they said that there was 3 dams that failed up there. So, prayers for everybody up there. They're basically, from what I'm hearing, they're leaving them and they're not going to come save them. So, there's a lot of stuff going on that we all got to pay attention to. We all got to help each other out. I'm trying to do my part, help, inform you guys in the community, make sure that you guys are well informed of what's going on. Trying to give you as much of a heads up as possible, because with Debbie, there was no heads up. There was nobody out here saying, hey, this is a situation on the ground, this is what's going on. I am seeing a lot more messaging on the news, though I don't have cable. I was just over at my folks' house, and I was seeing messaging on the news about sandbag locations being open, especially in Sarasota, Pinella, St. Pete, Rye, which is what I'm crossing over right now. Super up, guys. It is overflowing. It is over the banks. So they are definitely releasing a lot of water. And I see my contact right up here. He's 3 cars ahead of me. So you guys are going to want to watch this. You guys are going to want to, you're going to want to see this footage. Please share this footage. Please get as many people to come on here as possible. I know it's boring right now and there's not a lot to look at. It's just my ugly ass face talking. But please urge people to get on this live. It is very important that everybody know what is coming. Because just because you didn't flood the first time with Debbie, or you didn't flood with Helen, doesn't mean you're not going to flood this time. 8 to 10 inches is a lot of rain. We've seen roughly on average throughout Manatee County about 13 inches. And again, that's just an average throughout Manatee County, especially North County. So I want to make sure that everybody's aware. 8 to 10 inches is a lot of rain, and you have to realize beforehand we did not have the saturation levels that we have now. The ground is still very saturated. It is very wet, and the water has nowhere to go. The more that they let out early on and they dip that level down, they get it down to a nice safe level, the more time that we have to react to things, and hopefully the more chances that the water has to get drawn out in low tide. And I do not believe, I'm hoping, that we do not have a king tide during this event. I don't know what is going on with the phone, guys. I'm getting really spotty signal over here. I know it's partially the area, because Rye Road sucks for signal for me. But check out Mike's weather page. Just got here, another hurricane. It's questionable. They don't know what it's going to turn into yet, Mike. It could very well be a hurricane. They're saying it's a very strong chance within the next 7 days that it's going to form into something, as it now has crossed over into Mexico, through Mexico and into the Gulf of Mexico. That's when we're going to figure everything out. But I'm just trying to make sure that everybody's well aware of what's going on. Everybody's got plenty of time to react. Everybody knows what everybody's dealing with, and everybody can accurately prep their property. To be honest with you, pretty low. We're probably gonna start seeing a really, really substantial amount of water, I would say, by Sunday night. That's going to be my guesstimation. Could change. We're going to see. We're waiting on traffic here to turn in, so that way we can get you guys a live look at what the dam's looking like. So somebody slung the road closed sign out here in the trees, man. I'm a former hurricane disaster contractor for the U.S. government. We had back-to-back in 17 damaged Georgia, Florida, and Puerto Rico. I think that I'm driving. It's hard to tell what. Voicing my opinion back on Black Rock and North and South Carolina and all them places. I hope that DeSantis is doing this better than them people, because because they are definitely getting the short end of the stick up there. I'm hearing a lot of reports, as are everybody else, of trucks getting their tires slashed, trucks getting turned around loaded, people that are taking their merchandise and locking it away, things like that. And let's be honest here, guys. These people in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, the Big Bend area, they have nothing. Their communities are completely destroyed. And to get that stuff into the hands of the people that need it the most, to let these private contractors, i.e. helicopter pilots and things, go and rescue people, go and recover bodies, go and do the work that they're trying to do, is very, very important. There's babies, a couple week old, maybe a couple days old babies out there when this stuff happened, that have no formula, they have no running water, they have no power, probably a limited supply of fuel, if they have a generator to charge their phones and things like that. So it is very important to get the cell towers up and going. It's very important to get all their infrastructure up as quick as possible, and they're not allowing them to do that. I had to beat the hurricane and hunker down first on site. I've never seen the help like Trump gave. Yep. And a lot of that, unfortunately, has to do with this administration. That's just my personal opinion. All that aside, I don't care if you're left, right, white, black, doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to cover your story the exact same. But that's my own personal opinion. I think a lot of things were handled a lot differently in the last administration. Alrighty, we are pulling into my super, super secret underground base, where we're going to fly this drone over here. We're going to see how bad the water they're flowing out is, because it looks bad on Rye Road, and Rye Road is at flood stage. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know. Rye Road is at flood stage, guys. It is overflowing. Oh, where'd he go? He buggered off in here. I think I know where he went, but... again, Rye Road it's up, guys. It's up. It's pretty much at flood stage. I'm assuming they are releasing water so they stop before Manatee gets to 10 feet. No. To be honest with you, no. Manatee County does not care about that. Manatee County cares about that dam getting down to a comfortable level for them. And if the Manatee gets up to 20 feet, they're going to sacrifice the 20 feet. They don't care. So I want to make that clear. Oh, shoot. I think I should have turned back there. Darn it. I'm trying to find my contact, guys. Give me just a couple minutes. We're going to give you a live look at the dam. Where are you at, buddy? Yeah, Handy, they want to see that dam ideally get down to below 38 feet. They really want to see it closer to 36 feet. Yes, I'm aware. I'm looking for where it's at. Where it's at right now. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go on the Google Maps real quick. All right, I am back. My apologies. I am trying to find my contact. I think he was just on the right when I came in, and I missed him. I believe the speed limit's about 30 through here, 25 probably. You know what it was? It was on the right up there. I went right past it, I bet you, because that's where them cars was. All right. Again, we're fixing to get a live aerial footage of the dam. Okay, I see him. I went right past him. Yep, I went right past him. Go figure. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, he has already got little birdie in the air, which is great for us. You said you're coming and I came, so. Dude, it's up. Rye, you seen how bad it was up?
By? No, I didn't really look.
Oh, dude, it's almost overflowing.
Yeah, see, look, it's coming up the bank.
I'm gonna film the screen, dog.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just so you can get it quicker. Hold on.
Orientation.
Let me get this out of here. How do I get this off?
You are the best, my man.
There we go. Hold on.
Dude, this open.
I don't want that. Alright, hold on.
That's wild, dude. Like, it's almost covered those outskirts like we seen during Debbie.
Yeah.
That is wild.
It was crazy.
It was pretty bold out there during Debbie, though.
Here, hold on, I'll get you a better look, or a cooler look. Yeah. You get up higher.
Maximum altitude.
Yeah, 120 meters. So watch this. I'm gonna drop it. Why isn't it? It's acting like. I'm gonna have to just do it.
This is wild. Dude, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, so I'm up high. So I'm gonna get it this way, and then I'm gonna. Hold on. Don't do it yet. I'll tell you when. Let me get it in position first.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah, you can tell it. So like this is calm.
That's like they're full open. They're definitely full open. Yeah. They're letting out as much water as they can right now.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, it's good, yeah. But rise high.
All right, I'm gonna go down the river.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
That is wild, my man.
Yeah. And I can zoom in. If you want to get this.
That's cool.
Hold on, actually, let me get back to 2x. 2x was probably a little better.
Damn. Yeah, they're definitely letting it all flow out. That definitely looks like the gates are full open.
Yeah.
If you look at the top of them.
Yeah. So I'm all the way up. There should be a little, I'm kind of curious just if I can. Here, let's go back to. Let me just close one door so that.
Yeah, let me lock my truck.
I just want to walk back here.
No, you're good. All right, we're going to take a look at the earthen gates while we're out here so that way we can give you guys a live look at the earthen gates as well. Oh, well, my door didn't shut. I hate this door. It's a problem of having an old truck. The bushings keep going out.
When I send you those last ones, that's the last time I was there.
Yeah.
Or like looked at them, yeah. But it just looked like they were getting them done, so I was like, I wasn't too worried. And we didn't have anything imminent, so I was like,
yeah, I mean, I was
worried about that one storm, but
there was Helen that was coming through, but we didn't really get a lot of rain off of it.
It like was getting, so when it was warming, it looked broad. Like it looked like we might get like a Debbie thing.
Yeah.
But then when it started strengthening, it got like really tight.
Tight right around the eye.
And we stopped getting those bands.
Well, they got bands all the way up to, they said Virginia. Well, it was down at the Keys.
Yeah, so the big bands were actually north of it, and that's what got into North Carolina. It was raining there for like 2 or 3 days before you even got up there.
And what do you think about this dry ice theory?
Oh, so yeah, I've been. Yeah.
Have you been doing any research into that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely know about the weather. I forget what they call it.
When do we get rain? It's hardly rained here on Jim Davis.
Yeah, look at it here.
Well, that's the earthen plugs.
Yeah, but see how like it's blocked. Hold on, I'm trying to zoom in.
It sucks that we can't get closer.
Oh, there we go.
Like actually, like closer.
There we go.
Oh, so they still got their little road built up in there and everything, huh?
Yeah.
So the plugs are. Oh, look! They don't have the charges up. They've only got the charges up on the first 3 that they repaired. They don't have the charges up on the rest.
What do you mean?
Where those poles are, they're supposed to have charges up there, dog.
Where the birds are flying on?
Yeah.
But they have something there.
That's what I'm saying. There's supposed to be something the whole way. Because if from the way that I understand it, if you don't have anything up there, the water is just going to keep, like a wave effect washing up there and slowly eroding that out.
They have something there.
Because that is wild. Definitely gonna have to bug you for that again if you don't mind.
Yeah, no. Tonight's actually a good night because my wife's got a soccer game. She's doing like a rec soccer league or whatever. But it's while I'm doing the game, I can download it. Or
you may give you that thumb drive again? I've got it in my bag. Or you want to just send it over?
I think the thumb drive. No, because. Oh, do I have that thing? I might have that thing.
No, you don't have your dongle?
No, I think I do, but you have the iPhone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Android user.
Oh, yeah. So I have the dongle thing. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, that little thing that plugs into the bottom of your phone, they call them dongles. That's such a stupid name.
You have an accent. You have the country accent.
It's came out more recently because I've been pissed the last couple days. That whole ordeal yesterday, man, was garbage, man. Our almost dry ditch is now full after a 5-minute rain off 675.
Say that again?
That was my wife. She commented on here. Our ditch was almost dry, is now full of water after 5 minutes of rain yesterday off 675. It was a lot more than 5 minutes. I mean, it was like maybe a good 15-minute rainstorm, but still, I mean, that was a lot of rain in 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get
And then we got rain. We got that small shower today. But they're saying that the rain's really not supposed to come till Sunday, like 4 p.m. on Sunday.
Just getting that shot a little closer. All right. Let's get far back.
Dude, that is super, super depressing though, dog.
What is? Oh,
like all that water, man. And then like the people of Black Mountain and everything, you know.
Oh yeah. So
like they're basically getting their land stolen from them.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So yeah, you were asking about that. So I did look more into it, and
That lithium mine that's under there.
Well, I saw some videos of people with machinery, like you're good at, like they have all this shit that could help people.
Yeah, and they're turning them around. They're telling them to go home.
Because there's only a certain amount, or certain, ways that they can come back in or go in to help them.
Yeah.
And they have them blocked off.
Yeah. FEMA's confiscating people's personal property, telling them that they cannot distribute it.
Yeah, and then
trying to take it and put it in warehouses and say, "Oh, we'll distribute it later."
The thing I posted today, like, so my friends, I have a couple friends that have dump businesses, dump trade, and
I finally reconnected back to my hotspot.
But yeah, so FEMA has like shut them down at the landfill, and the landfill's telling them to go to FEMA approved like dump sites for the storm debris.
Well,
they haven't set them up. They've only set up a couple, and they're not even announcing where they are.
Well, not only that, but you know.
And so what they're gonna do though is they're fucking with small businesses.
Yeah. Well, not only
they're
that.
Not letting the small businesses make any money, but then what they're gonna do is FEMA's gonna come in and make all the money doing the dumps. But then it's going to take them longer. So the trash is going to sit there for like months and maybe a year.
Well, they're talking about from what I've seen. Man, you made me lose it now. Can't remember what I was going to say.
Fucking everybody right now. Like they're fucking the people up north, but they're also fucking us with the dumps. Like with our just storm. Like so we have a tight community.
There's
like
something I was gonna say.
There's so many people that are so tight that like we are fucking getting shit done.
Yeah.
But this dump thing is holding us back.
Well, there's
you know what I mean.
And like look at all the private pilots and everything that went up there. Like Cletus, for example, he left from up there because they're starting to threaten people that they're going to go to jail.
I heard sent some people up there too to help. You know
DeSantis sent a whole posse up there.
Yeah.
FHP, disaster recovery, trailers, everything.
So the next meeting I'm going to try to go to, and I'm going to try to say, hey, let's open up some landfills. Let's get our own dump sites, please.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think they're gonna do that like that.
But if they don't, like the trash is gonna sit there and storms like this is gonna wash all the shit away.
Yeah.
And cause a big hazard problem. And it's gonna start clogging our drains. Like we cleared the drains for storm stuff, and guess what happened? The debris is just going to flow right into it then if we can't get it off the street.
Well, that's like, I mean, not to be too graphic, but, you know, like for the people of Black Rock and stuff up there, like, you know, people are getting rescued and they're coming back and they're saying, well, there's people, they're telling people that basically like the people that are in trees, the caskets that are in trees and stuff like that, like they don't care about those people, and that they're going to leave them there, and then they're going to bulldoze their town and they're going to take their land, and then that's just going to be that. Like they're not going to do anything else.
Right.
And they're basically like, if you don't like it, excuse my French, but tough titty.
Is someone on there?
Yeah, there's some people on there.
Oh, you're on the live?
What's up, Chris?
I've been like cursing like a sailor.
Nah, you two don't care. It's alive. They're not going to moderate it. I don't make any money off of it, so they can't really ban me. Not yet. But I'm gonna go back to Rye. I guess I'll work my way back from Rye. And cause that's right down the road now. And then I'm gonna go to dude, we gotta go check out the pond over there by Twin Rivers. It looks like it's overflowing in the back. The water is, it looked like to me that it was overflowing in the back right there by the,
I doubt it.
The back station.
I don't think it is. I could be wrong.
It's pretty up, dog.
No, I know, but it's early. It's not that saturated.
You might want to go take a look at it.
15, like 9 like it was.
You might want to go take a look at it. I'm telling you. Like, like the little island that's between the Twin Rivers pond, that's the overflow pond for Gamble Creek, and Gamble Creek itself, there's maybe only like 2 foot left. Like, they have started to majorly back up Manatee River. The ground is still super saturated. Like, we still haven't dried out in the back of our place. Oh, now you're going to give me copyright.
What, do you want this?
Well, yeah, but
I'll try to give it to you now. I think I have enough time.
Yeah, hold on.
You have the thumb drive?
Yeah, I got it. Here, it's in my bag. It's in my media bag.
You just want to give it.
No, I don't need the whole thing. You can just give me short little snippets if you want.
Yeah, well, they're all about 10 seconds or 15 seconds.
Just the major stuff. The plugs and them releasing the water is the major stuff.
You want the closer one, right?
Yeah.
Like, not that one, right? That's too far.
That one would be fine too, but...
No, this one looks better.
Still got it. I still got the little Toshiba drive.
Like, this one definitely is a good one.
But like rye is pretty much like right there. It looked like it was starting to overflow. Like, it's level with the high up banks, the flood banks. Like, I am surprised that the park's not closed, because I'm sure it's rushing through the park like a madman. And that'd be a good place to go get in there too, if the gates are open, because they don't close till dark. And they got that bridge where you can see the water flow through there. I'm sure it's probably closed. That's probably one of the first things they closed, is Rye Park. Preserve. I think it's the Preserve, isn't it? What's it called? Skeeters are bad. It's boring right now. I'm sorry, guys.
That one. That one. That one. Maybe these other ones are kind of...
You've tempted me to get a drone, by the way. I keep looking on Facebook Marketplace.
So, yeah, but you want one that can handle wind, I would think. This one's I have is pretty...
It's pretty lightweight?
No.
Oh, it's pretty good?
Yeah, in comparison to, like, all the other ones.
It's pretty big.
A lot of people buy the small ones because they're cheaper, but, like, they'll get tossed around.
I found some of the bigger ones, but, like...
I'm always chasing hurricanes.
They're they're second hand, so they're, like... They're pretty decent size, though. They're only, like, $150, some of them. Yours is the Mavic Pro 3, isn't it?
Classic.
It's the Classic?
3, yeah. See if I got that. What'd you call it?
The dongle.
The dongle.
The dongle. That's not my term. That's some nerd came up with that term, I think.
That thing?
That thing right there. Dingle dangle dongle. I think they're supposed to hang off your keys, to be honest with you.
Look at this new one I got. Goes in.
Oh, man, that's slick, boy. Got you the
big.
slider thumb drive. You gonna try and go to the next BOCC meeting?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's definitely some things I need to bring up for
this last one was super short.
I'm telling you.
This last one was super short, man. Like, I know the city of Bradenton. My boy that still works over there, me and him, like, post back and forth on our stories on Snapchat.
Yeah.
And he was talking about he was in the skid steer with the trash grapple, and he was filling up like 20-yard dumpsters left and right, smashing stuff down, trying to get them packed in there as big as they can, and then he'll pick them up and drop a empty one off at the same time, and he'll fill that one up in probably like 20 minutes.
My friend that has his own dump business was saying when FEMA comes in and starts doing that, they bring in like a dump trailer that's almost like 50 yards long, and then they have a machine that has the crane on it and picks up everything and dumps
throws it in there.
But they said with as much storm debris he's seen, they're only going to be like be able to do like 2 streets probably every other day.
Yeah, because there's so much on each street.
Right.
Yep. Well, and think about like all
if you've been out there and seen it, bro, every street's got a lot.
Horrible.
Every house got something.
Yeah. Well, and think about like all the houses and stuff down there in some of these areas that got, like the foundation started to wash out and they collapsed into the rushing water as it was eroding.
Yep.
And then all of these people's houses went right down the rivers that were caused up there in North Carolina and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to be finding trash and stuff like that for days, if not months, up there in North Carolina. You seen Cruz made a TikTok account? Cruz,
I don't have TikTok.
Well, he made it, but people can still share stuff to you. You don't have to have TikTok.
Right. So if they share it on Facebook, I can watch TikTok stuff, but I can't share TikTok stuff.
Gotcha.
You have to have TikTok to share. Maybe I might be able to share it on Facebook, I guess, but no, I don't think so. I've tried, I think.
You can watch it without having a TikTok account. Ellie Mae, what do you mean why? I'm sorry. Which part of the conversation are you talking about? Currently, I'm waiting on footage to be put onto the thumb drive that I gave my compadre here. And then we're going to go looking at Rye Road, Bridge. We're going to look, I'm going to see if the preserve's open. I'm going to try and go in there. We're going to be going to Jim Davis Golf Course Road, and we're going to be going to 675. No, we were talking about people trying to go up there and give aid to North Carolina. I have some mutual friends that I know that are going up there, and so are my buddy here that does the drone footage for me, which is very, very nice of him. And yes, you are correct. It is just like Maui and a few of the other ones in recent history. Yeah, I heard something about that. They were talking mostly about the pilots, talking about taking them to jail. I-40 being washed out up there in North Carolina is pretty bad too. If you come down Jim Davis, can you check out the creek on my property? Sure. If you want to email me in that email that I gave earlier, which is ParrishNewsNetwork, you can submit news stories, tips, all that stuff, and I read that every day. If I don't read it every day, I read it every other day. But I am going to be going at the Gamble Creek right there that crosses underneath Jim Davis Road. What? No. Did you lose your home, Gandhi? Oh, handy. I'm gonna make sure I have my my kayak in the truck for this one, because they're saying we're supposed to be getting a lot of people are saying 8 to 10 off this one, and I'm gonna keep my kayak in the truck so that way I'm gonna do the same thing that we did last time, canoe down 675.
Yeah.
You got your kayak, right?
I do have a kayak.
Yeah, we kayak together.
But dude, having you in the boat with me though
was a lot better.
Easier to do the drone. You could,
I can still go over to Donnie's.
I mean, I could bring an anchor and anchor my kayak, but you know,
same.
Just be in it with you and have 2 people paddling in case the rapids are.
Two. Yeah, I can still go over to his house and get the canoe
Oh, but you're talking about bringing a kayak, like one person?
Yeah, I've got a big 12 foot.
I could bring a rope and you could hold me. I mean.
Yeah, I've got a pretty strong anchor too. I think this is like a 2-pound anchor.
Oh, trust me, I got a heavy anchor.
Yeah.
But I think it was even
going to help.
For a little kayak.
I don't know. I mean, now like the dam release current, yeah, there ain't no way. But like the stuff that we were seeing on 675 last time, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was moving, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Because it was so stretched out. You know what I'm saying? It's not confined to an area where it's swift. And as long as I, don't booger up and get myself into a situation I can't get out of, then ain't nobody got to worry about me, man. That's the art of doing storm response and stuff. Getting yourself into a situation you can get yourself out of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You don't want to mess with Mother Nature too much, but you got to watch radar. I mean, over experience, you got to know what water does and where to be, where not to be.
Yeah. Higher's better.
Well, and like if water's flowing right here, you got to get behind this wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and you don't go over there because it's going to just sweep you away.
Right. What is the email?
There's things that can shield you and help you. Having a flotation device, like I surf, so if I were to rescue people in floodwaters, I bring my surfboard.
I think technically you're supposed to have a life preserver.
Right, but I'm telling you what, man.
There's a lot of people that don't.
So, in the flood from Debbie, not Debbie, Helene, there was a surfer named Marty up in St. Pete Beach. There was tons of people getting trapped in their homes and like floating up to the ceiling kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he actually went and paddled around on a surfboard and saved probably 10 people.
Really?
Yeah.
It's wild, dude.
Like going to the house, unleashing, but then tying the leash to the surfboard to something.
So that way you can come back to it.
Into a window and into the house, grabbing them, getting them to go out, and then putting them on the surfboard and taking them to higher ground.
Dude. Andy, the email is ParrishNewsNetwork@gmail.com.
So I'm telling you right now, surfers, man, with surfboards, they're just like lifeguards, man. I think they're better. Well, y'all
got a good, like, strong paddle, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as hand paddling and everything?
Like, that's the main thing, like, to conserve your energy, you don't want to panic. You know what I mean? Like, if you start panicking, like, you'll
exert yourself and be gone, yeah.
But, and then, obviously, surfing, like, you understand water movement, like, a lot more, because you're in, like, probably the worst kind of rap, you know? It's hard to explain sometimes, but yeah, we're just in it a lot, you know, like kind of crazy situation.
Gotcha.
Like there'll be people on the beach that'll get swept out in a rip current. We'll be sitting there surfing and see them, and they'll like have a panic look on their face, and we'll just grab them and put them on the board and paddle them to shore. You know, but flotation device is huge in like floods and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, they say a lot of times like the most casualties related to flooding is usually after the storm. It's after everything started because people make dumb decisions. They drive into floodwaters.
Electrocutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, I mean, like here, we've seen countless examples of people driving into floodwater and stuff with Debbie.
Yeah.
You know, that white truck, for example. That dude had to take his rifle, and take the barrel of it and bash out the side window in order to get out of his truck.
Yeah.
And get this, he went up there to the feed store, that guy, not to make fun of him, but it is kind of a dumb thing to say. He went up there and told Jimmy, he said, hey, you know, I've got that diesel that slipped off the road. Do you think if I dry it out, it'll be all right and it'll be fine? And like you couldn't even see the truck. Like the truck was not there. Like it was completely underwater. And he's going up there talking about, do you think if I dry this? Oh, that's good for it. Yeah. If I dry it out, it'll be fine. No. Are you retarded? No. All right, Handy. I'll take a look at it here in a little bit. I can't step off the live a lot because if I do, then it'll like do that reconnect and stuff. But I am gonna be over there. I promise. I'm gonna go over there as long as there's daylight today, which should be till about 7:30. All right, brother. You gonna go back home?
I kind of need to eat. I'm
gonna go over to Rye first.
I don't think it's like. I think it's gonna be fine, just because the tide and we haven't had a ton of rain lately. So I did see the ditch a little full, but I'm telling you, it should flow out the river.
Well, see, like ours takes forever to get back out to Gamble.
But I'm telling you, it got pushed up into us because that storm surge.
Yeah.
That was a huge issue, and it was like 34 mile an hour a bunch of wind. Right now, winds are going to have off.
True.
Pushing it out.
True.
But there are like little nooks and like big curves around. Like there's banks, man. There's banks are pretty high.
You'll have to watch the live later. I sent you the link.
All right, I will.
But you'll have to watch it later and
You should have told me first, though. I'd at least kept it PG.
Oh no, you're right, man. I don't think most people are gonna worry about that. That's why we're uncensored here at Parrish News Network. All right, brother. All right, I'm gonna plug my phone back in. Oh, my door does not close. It is hating life right now. All right. Let me crank my truck back up and get all situated. All right, I think I got my door closed now. I'm sorry, it's the struggles of driving an old truck. I just put new door bushings in it a couple days ago, and they literally went out the same week. So. All right. Truck is gone. It was from 1960, yeah, it will work. What are you talking about, Handy? Food truck that was under. Food truck that was under. Flood. Oh. I got you. We're right here by Rye, so we're gonna go take a look at Rye real quick first. There's a lot of cloud cover, so it looks like it's getting a lot darker than what it is. But until it gets dark, guys, I'm gonna stay out here with you, and then we're probably gonna do a post outing, kind of breakdown of everything that's going on. We're about 59, an hour in, so I'm gonna go take a look at Rye because it was definitely up. There's no saying that Rye is definitely not up because they're releasing a ton of water. And then we're gonna go look at golf course, Jim Davis, and then I'm gonna backtrack back up to 675. Since the way that I was gonna do it got reversed, we're just gonna do it this way. What a lot of people, what I've been trying to tell you and make sure that you guys understand is that all this water that comes out of the dam, regardless of if it is precautionary, just as a precaution before the storm or during, because they're going to be releasing while the storm's going on, while they're intaking rain and everything. All of that water coming out of those gates impacts everybody, because what people don't understand is that when all this water is released from the dam, and again, I mean, it has to be done. There's nothing they can do about it. It's not a flood control structure. It swells the Manatee out. And so when it swells the Manatee out, although everything is flowing right now like it's supposed to, you don't have storm surge or anything like that, it blocks a lot of water from, and it causes worse flooding if they would have just left it alone, in my opinion. But again, it's not a flood control structure. There's nothing they can do. They're going to have to release this water. But I wanted to make sure that I got you guys that footage, which that was why there was that brief, boring intercession period where me and him were just talking, because I wanted to make sure that I got that footage from him so that way I can post it later for you guys, in case you missed it on the live. I highly recommend you guys dig back through the live. I'll try and post a timestamp where we've gotten the footage up there where you guys can go from that timestamp forward and see the footage that we already have of the gates full open. They are releasing as much water as they can right now. Ooh, I'm a little far out there. So with that being said, I definitely appreciate you guys hanging in there, and I appreciate all the love and support. We are going to Rye Bridge to look at the Manatee past the dam, and it was very high. It was at flood stage, what I would consider flood stage, and I believe it'd probably be moderate. So it was over its top banks and starting to flow out of the banks. I know that a lot of people, again, like I said earlier, got calls letting them know that they were going to release water. I like to see Manatee leaning far forward. I want to make sure that everybody understands that. I like seeing Manatee far forward. I like seeing that, you know, they're trying to get messaging out as quick as they can. And thank you, P4. I'm trying, again, like I said earlier in the video, you know, I'm trying to become a voice for people, you know, don't have a voice. They don't know the things to look for. They don't know, you know, what's going on. They don't know how the water flows. They don't know how it affects them. They don't know how it affects the land. Because let's be honest, guys, even if your house doesn't get flooded, if you're completely boxed in on all in that situation, you didn't lose your house, but I mean, it still affects you in your day-to-day life. So I definitely appreciate everybody giving me some love on the live. I appreciate you guys interacting, the comments, the likes. Subscribe to my YouTube page. That helps me out a lot. And I just want to make sure that you guys have all the information up front, because a lot of us got caught with our pants down during Debbie. And it was a lot because of them saying the same thing they told people up in North Carolina, South Carolina. You know, oh, we're not expecting that much flooding. You know, it's not going to be that bad, and it was that bad. You know, again, going back to Debbie, I don't think that it was 18 inches of rain. From what I've seen, looking at the radar, looking at precipitation, events, you know, stuff like that, I see an average of 13 throughout the county with isolated pockets of 8 possible. But I just want to make sure that everybody understands that. Correct. And you know, that was the other thing too. Again, the dam is not a flood control structure. So they have to release water in order to provide drinking water for Manatee County, because they only have so much offset with their resources. But with that all being said, you know, you have to take into account. Wow, there's already people parking the road, their cars out here on Woodstock. With that, you have to take into account there's several situations that led up in Debbie that a lot of people were unprepared for. We had 3 foot of storm surge, a 30-mile-an-hour inland wind. We had 13 inches of rain. you know, in a pretty short period of time. So I just want to make sure, you know, that everybody has the information that they need in order to make accurate decisions for themselves and their family. Because, oh, it's open. We are going in the Rye Preserve. I want to take a look inside Rye Preserve. It is open sunrise to sunset. There is a bridge in here. I get some great footage off that. Let me turn you around here so you can see. Again, currently we are in Rye Preserve. Then we're going to go out to the bridge. We're going to take a look at the bridge, some stuff like that. And we're going to take a look at a couple of different areas. And when I cut some of this together a little bit later, I'm gonna make sure that I include how it was just a couple days ago versus how it is now. So that way I give you guys that crystal clear picture here. It does look like there is a self-serve station. Okay, there is a self-serve sandbag station inside Rye Preserve. In case anybody does not know, again though, they are only open sunrise to sunset. So the park is only open a limited amount of time while there is daylight. Coming up to the bridge here, you're gonna see we're coming up to the bridge here. You're gonna see inside the park a water line that runs right here at this bridge. This is what provides a lot of water to the residents of Manatee County. Alrighty, I'm gonna stop right here, put my flashers on, even though we're in the park, and take my phone. Yeah, it's pretty up, and it doesn't even look like it's flowing, which is odd. Like it looks stale and stagnant. Now, when we get peak discharge, we get a lot of water. This entire area here will be underwater, which is the low spot in the road. So it's very odd. They are releasing water. Actively, they are releasing water. And this water's not moving, which is weird. Because this, well, actually, this is actually kind of on par. If you think about it, I'm thinking, you know, up here in my noodle. This is a classic example of what we're dealing with actually right now. You see that the level is up, but look at, I want to make sure that you guys understand. Look at the surface. Look at all the leaves. This is a small scale example of what we're seeing on a large scale. The river out by the road, which we're going to go look at now, is rushing and is swelled, where they're releasing all the water. And that is a lot more flow, and it is a greater volume of water. So this water that is less flow and does not have the power behind it is not going to flow out into that water, because that water has essentially more urgency than this, if that makes sense. You know, it's kind of like this dang door, man. I have to get it again. Hold on. Sorry. It's kind of like if you have a hallway, for example, like with a long hallway that intersects another hallway in the middle of it. If there's a stream of people walking down the end of the hallway down there, and you're coming up to the T, you know, the head of the T, you're going to have to wait until those people. Your service is really bad, very grainy picture. My apologies. Let me get back out here to the road. But you're gonna have to wait for all of that to reduce before you can go out and into the hallway. Is essentially the thing that I would like to say in that scenario, and it's the same thing with all of the tributaries here in Manatee County. So hold on, we're gonna take a look at the Rye Bridge. There's the puppers. And again, there is a self-serve sandbag station here in Rye Preserve, but they are only open from dawn to dusk, and it looks like they still have a couple bags full of sandbags you can fill up if you need them. Here, I'm gonna stick my hotspot in my pocket so that way I make sure that I get good good Wi-Fi for you guys, because I should have decent signal. I actually have better signal with this than I do with my phone. Let's see. I don't really want to stop on the bridge because that's not a good idea. I'll go over here in kind of this little sandy lot, I guess, where a lot of people like to park. Trying to park for you guys so that way I can show you what the Rye River looks like right now without getting my truck stuck. All right. Turn my truck off. We're gonna lock it up. Quick picture quality check. Oh, you shitty ass door. Oh, I left my lights on. Oh well. How's the picture quality? Is it all right right now? Okay. Again, a lot of traffic on all the roads here. I'm seeing a lot of traffic on 675. I'm seeing a lot of traffic on Rye, a lot of traffic on Upper Manatee. Upper Manatee right now is obviously still passable for the time being. Okay. But I want to make sure that, like I said, I want to make sure that you guys understand what we're dealing with here, what the water levels are already at. A lot of people don't really care to go look, at a graph. So I'm going to show you in real time what's going on. So we've seen a bad picture. Sorry about that, but I'm working off of bad cell service areas. That water inside Rye Preserve is not moving. It is stagnant. It is still. Oh yeah, it's spicy. Oh, we got some whirlpools going. Make sure I don't drop my phone. That'll be great. Look how turbulent that water is, guys. And it is indeed up over the banks of Rye, or right here by Rye Bridge. But this is not the Rye River, as a lot of people like to call it. This is the Manatee coming out of the dam. Want to make sure I get some good video for you guys out here on the side of the road. So and so this right here, guys, is what I would consider a flood stage, moderate flood stage. Only certain people are going to be affected by this, and it is just now coming up and over the banks. I'm going to get you a lot, kind of closer up of what I'm seeing right here off the side of the bridge. Please share this, guys. Please make sure that your neighbors are aware, because I don't want anybody caught with their pants down again. Some of the things that I seen with Debbie was just horrible. And all of this right here, this is all snags. This is all floated down here that I'm fixing to show you. So, keep in mind there are dangers that we're seeing up in North Carolina that happen here. Debris and stuff will float down the river, down trees, logs, things like that. And how's the low spot on the... We're going to take a look at that. So, that stuff, if you are in the water when that stuff comes through, there is no stopping it. It's going to go with the current. So I just want to make sure that everybody's understanding that. I mean, we've got palm trees that are being pushed over. And look at these. These are practically laying on their side. There's those huge snags that I was telling you about. You still got a little bit of the bank on that side, but I mean, it's up and over the high bank on a lot of these sections of Manatee right now, right here at Rye Bridge. And you can see, just how fast the current is moving, guys. And it is actively overtaking this tree. It is actively rising right now as we see it. So we're gonna go, this is considered the north side of Manatee. We're gonna take a look at the south side of Manatee, which is closer to Upper Manatee River Road. And we still got a ways to go. It's definitely up, but you can still see grass and everything on this side. So again, it's not super horrible yet, but we're getting there already. And this is the other thing that I'm trying to warn people, guys. The ground is saturated. There is nowhere for the water to go. So it's going to do what they call sheet flow. If you do not know what that is, I would highly suggest you look it up. And it's going to drain to something like this, and then it is going to try and find its way out into the Gulf, which is a very, very slow process, and you're going to flood in the meantime. Now, I want to point something out here, because I've told the commissioners about this. Now, I understand this is USGS, the U.S. Geological Survey, instrumentation. But the fact of the matter is, look at the solar panel, guys. It's still not clean. I've told them about this over 2 weeks ago. and they still haven't sent somebody out here to come clean it, which, I mean, yeah, you know, you got to come from up here on the bridge over the guardrail, and I'm not going to do it because I don't like heights. This is about as high as I'd really like to go, but it's still not clean. You know, this is something that should be done. Heck, with a long Swiffer, I could clean it, you know, right here with a mop probably. I don't want to touch your stuff, though. I don't want to be responsible for that. But anyway, side tangent. You know, going back to the water here, we see, you know, a lot of turbulence. This is going to be eroding a lot of the banks, as we've already seen with Debbie, with that huge rainstorm. I'm seeing a lot of very turbulent water, a lot of whirlpools, a lot of very strong, swift-moving current. And that is a good thing in the sense that the water's flowing, but for how long is it going to flow? That's the other thing. For how long is it going to flow? Because right now, I haven't looked it up, but we're probably in low tide. So all the water's moving out. And when water starts coming up into high tide, the water's going to start flowing back in. The river doesn't just flow one direction. It flows two directions twice a day. It flows out, and then it flows back in, and then it flows out, and then it flows back in, because you have 12-hour periods of high tide, low tide, high tide, low tide. So it's definitely not looking super horrible yet, but the fact that it's already overtaken a lot of the banks on the north side of Rye is super concerning. I know Gamble Creek right now is very high, and when we start getting all this rain, that water is just it's gonna flood. There's no question about it. It's gonna flood if we get the projected rain that they're telling us we're gonna get, which is somebody said like 20 to 30 inches. I don't really think that's accurate. I would like to go with the less daunting number of 8 to 10, even though that's still super bad. But we are going to go to a golf course, then we're going to go to Jim Davis, and then we're going to go to 675. And that's where we'll end. And I'm getting ate by something. I don't know what it is. Must be a mosquito or something. I don't know. Maybe it's an ant. Or a wasp. Sorry about that. So this is super concerning for us. I'm sorry about the shaky footage as well. I do not have a gimbal. Alrighty. Plug the phone back in. If I can get it over to where it needs to go. Okay, you're charging. Alrighty, now we're gonna go over to Golf Course Road. Upper Manatee for now is still safe. When you start seeing Upper Manatee flood into that grassy section on the south side of Manatee, right here at Rye, that's when I'd start being worried, and I would start making, you know, some serious preparations, which they're saying we're going to start getting rain most likely by Sunday. We're going to get some of it tomorrow, but they're saying we're going to start getting some of the heavy stuff by Sunday, from what I just seen on the news earlier today, about 5 o'clock. So I would definitely expect that water to be moving up during those periods. So the ground, guys, it's just super saturated. You know, our place is still super wet from Debbie. You know, we hadn't dried out from Debbie, and then we had that dry period where the water could have dried out, it didn't, and then we had Helen, which for us was not super horrible, because we didn't get a lot of the rain. That's usually what floods us out, and them releasing the dam, which they released, but then they stopped. So we didn't get a lot of the effects from it. It was more the storm surge and stuff on the beaches that got a lot of the effects. So hoping that this is not a high rain event, but if it is, definitely pay attention. Manatee County has an interactive map where all the road closures are. A lot of people also don't understand this, and I want to put this out as a PSA for the public. Your car or your truck, no matter how heavy or how badass you think it is, will float at a certain point. It will get swept away, and then it will sink. So it'll only float in certain conditions, and then it could theoretically float down a river. I've seen it. And then it's going to sink when it stops. So keep that in mind. If you come across a flooded road, Manatee County's things, don't drown, turn around, you know, but just be very cautious. And, you know, if you can't see the paint lines on the road and you don't know what's under there, I would highly suggest about turning around. Even if you've got a big jacked up 350, and whatever the case is, I would turn around. So, and then also, you know, make sure that you're not letting them snags come through. You know, it looked like earlier, but it looked like the overflow pond that is here next to Twin Rivers was starting to be overtaken. And if that is the case, purpose of when Gamble gets too hot into that and alleviate it, which is, and there's a bunch of other areas that's super concerning too. I've seen a lot of infrastructure with Debbie fail. I've seen a lot of things that were done inadequately, and things that have probably not failed because it wasn't having to deal with that amount of water for a very long period of time. I'm seeing systems that are 20, 30 years old that are failing because they're dealing with an amount of water that they were not designed to deal with. When they put these communities in, they only put them up to, I believe it's the 25-year flood line. And, oh yeah. Okay, hold on. So it is not overflowing, though it looks close. Give me just a second here, guys, and I'm going to back into this spot where we can take a look at golf course and Jim Davis Road. Alrighty, I'll leave my truck running, lock the door. I have my keys. Oh, I hate this door. Okay, there we go. Again, I told you guys, I'm going to stay on the live, make sure I try and get everything done as quick as I can while there is daylight. Gamble is up, but it is flowing. It is way up, but it is flowing. And guys, you can look up Gamble Creek water level to see the instrumentation here and what it is reading. Just describe the road. This is at Golf Course, right by Jim Davis. This is the bridge right here on Golf Course Road, between Canoe Creek and Twin Rivers. This is the south side, so flowing out to the Manatee, which we've noticed with a lot of the footage and stuff that I got a while ago, when we were worried about Helen because of the uncertainties that there is a lot of sedimentation transfer and turbidity that has been kicked up by Debbie, and all that right there, I know it's going to focus on my hand, but all that right there, I just want to make sure that you guys understand, that's all erosion. And that sand is going somewhere. It is definitely not going into the dam, but how is it impacting Gamble Creek? Because they're not coming and cleaning out Gamble Creek. And we're seeing, stop here for a second. I mean, we're seeing a decent rate of flow. I couldn't put a number on it, just by looking at it. I'll have to look at the gauge. But we're seeing decent flow. It is up. It is definitely overtaken. Now that section right there, I want to kind of see if I can zoom in on that for you guys. Oh, cool, I can. That section right there was at this elevation right here, and it's slid down, as you can probably tell by that right there. So again, this is super concerning that it's already up this high, and we haven't even seen the rain yet, guys. Like, literally, like, it has not rained that bad in the last couple of days. I mean, 5 inches of rain, 4.5, 5 inches of rain is a good amount. But I'm not going to say that that's a crazy amount, and that these should be up as high as they are, because they should not. They really should not. No, sorry, it's not moving by me just down the road. We're going to go take a look at that right now, Handy. Let me get in my truck, and we're going to drive right down there right now, right to the bridge on Jim Davis. This dang door, hold on. Gotta fix that again. Okay. Now, for you guys on Jim Davis Road, I would share this clip to all of your neighbors. Take advantage of that piece of instrumentation that they have given you on the bridge. I would highly recommend that you take advantage of it on the bridge. I understand that you guys know the water and how everything is. But if it were me, with what we've seen with a tropical storm and the amount of flooding that came out of that, I would be very concerned if it got up to a certain point. And I will actually pick a number on the bridge that, for me personally, this is just my personal opinion, would be the point that I would leave. Because usually, like a lot of you guys explained, on this side, which is towards the Twin Rivers, Gamble Creek, Canoe Creek side of Jim Davis, that is normally the dry spot. That is normally where you guys park your cars, and you know that it's going to be good enough for you guys to leave that way, whether it be flooded down here or not. We didn't see that this year. I mean, the entire road flooded. And this community right here, the one that's not even finished being built yet, the one that they got all the trees and everything, and it's just kind of bare lots, they've got maybe a couple. I'm in the middle, yep. that area right there, they wasted more land putting in flood ponds than they did anything else, because they were mandated by SwiftMud to put in those flood ponds. Every area of wetlands that they take up, they've got to do a cup for cup equation, and that's literally like a cup, a measuring cup of water equation. So every cup that they take up on a floodplain, they have to add back in a flood pond. And I am still seeing debris out here on Jim Davis Road, which is, it blows my mind, guys. I've called them, I've made a report about it, I've gave them the house number, it's still not picked up. I mean, like, Manatee County keeps working with me and, saying that they're going to fix this stuff and they're going to get on it. I haven't seen that yet. I do apologize. I am losing light here, guys. I'm trying to get the last two out here for you while we still got some light. All right, we'll pull off the road here. Put on my flashers. And for my fellers that are no longer here, on Jim Davis Road, you know who you are. Their house is still dark that they were renting, and I almost guarantee you that house is still rotting on the inside and that nothing's being done to it, which is super sad. So I've got a truck up here. I'm gonna let him pass. Oh, it's a car. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at, this is flowing south on Jim Davis Road. I'm seeing a lot of debris, which we knew was in here, but it's already taken up a lot of its alleviation for you guys. There's still a couple of sections. My shoes make funky noises. There's a lot of water bottles out here, and there's a lot of trash. Okay, so that's the south side. It is moving. It's a very subtle current. Let me see if I can get in on this power pole. It's hard. It's going to be hard to see. Oh, you can see it better on the phone. Does that kind of help you a little bit right there? It is flowing. I mean, you can see the surface of the water flowing, but it's definitely not flowing as good as it was just up the way. You're not going to see that kind of current here until it gets really bad. And I want to point this piece of information out to you guys. See this right here? That is to measure precipitation. That's to measure rainfall. This is by Manatee County Public Works Department. This is Manatee County's infrastructure. This is not USGS that put this out here. That box relays information back to Manatee County for them guys to monitor y'all's situation, specifically on Jim Davis Road. And I want to show you guys here, just the other day, see if it'll focus. It's very dirty. We're looking at 11.5 feet. Just the other day, it was significantly less. I think it was like 3 feet or less. Hey. Hey, how's it going?
How
nice
are
to
you?
see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Hold on. Let me It's good seeing you. I appreciate it. Okay, sorry about that. That was that homeowner that I called with the 2-story house that gave me the time-lapse footage, Sierra. But I didn't figure she wanted to be on film. Anyway, I'm gonna get my flashlight out here. Hopefully I don't drop it and don't drop my phone because I'm in my Hoff hand. But I would take a gander at this right here, you know. And when it gets up there about 15 and a half feet, I would highly suggest that you guys on Jim Davis Road move your cars where they are safe, or at least where you think they're going to be safe, because again, you know, there's a lot of questions this last one. There's a lot of people concerned, and you know, definitely make preparations to have a go bag. I would definitely have a go bag this time, and consider possibly leaving during this one, because before, you know, you had some reprieve with the ground being so dry, and it did absorb some of the water. You ain't got that now. So when you come down here to the bridge, about 15 and a half feet, you know, just getting pretty close on the bridge, I would definitely start, you know, thinking about making plans. Daylight's fading, but we're going to go out to Gamble right here on 675 real quick. Take a look. And then I'm probably going to end this live because we're already at 106 minutes. So almost, what is that? 60 and 60, it's 120. So we're almost at 2 hours. And I'll probably come back on a little bit later. You know, we'll go over some footage. We'll recap, things like that. And get you guys the factual data, if you guys want that, of what the sensors are reading and all that jazz. And go from there. So, oh my gosh. Stupid thing keeps yelling at me every time my phone barely rotates. Alrighty. We're gonna go down here to 675 and Gamble Creek. We're gonna take a look. The reason why there was a section with no audio, I did mute it again because that was a homeowner that I've had some Discord with here on Jim Davis Road, and I didn't know if she wanted to be on camera or not, and I didn't want to shove it down her face, you know. So I do try and respect everybody. You know, even when I come to interview, you know, I want to respect you. I want to respect your privacy. And I want to respect your time, so. Now, I will also say, Gamble Creek, somewhere from Debbie, seems very impeded. And I know that's a kind of a big word. I think it's blocked somewhere, to say it kindergarten style. You know, I think it's got something somewhere, you know, some dirt washed out and dammed it up, or whatever the case is, that it is not flowing like it's supposed to. I can get off the road a little bit more. Alrighty. I'm gonna leave the flashes on. Hope for the best. I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see. I'm going to try and give you as much of a picture as I can. It's not up and over the banks over there yet, obviously. But this is all high land. It is definitely up and over that. want to lose my phone. That's what. Oh, here, let me zoom out. That's the one thing I'm worried about. And this is flowing. I mean, you can see like all the dirt and stuff in it, the bugs, and the shadows of stuff. It is definitely flowing. It's just flowing really slow. And again, like I said earlier, yeah, I kind of had a feeling of that. It ain't been cleaned out in over 15 years. You know, I got people coming. Hold on. And I don't mean to say this information, guys, to scare anybody or anything like that. I mean, I'm not nobody. Let me put it to you that way. But again, I just want to make sure people are aware of what's going on. So it's not over the land right here in this section yet. I mean, we're definitely seeing some better current movement right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's some ripples coming off the twigs and trees, and that one's kind of dirty too. Anyway, but it is definitely over the high section right here, but it is not over the banks. It is going to start flowing that way right there out into the ditches along 675, and when you start seeing it flow along the ditches along 675, that's when you need to start creating your plan as well, especially you guys there on Jim Davis Road. I will also give you another spot to go check for a lot of people in this area that is curious. Here, let me hurry up and get in my truck. God, dog. All right, guys, let me get off this bridge real quick. I'm gonna turn around here in Salt Meadows real quick. Although my truck does not like it in here. Give me just a second. Because I've got a long truck, I gotta make a wide swing. Alright. A little bit better light over here. I'm only going to partially block things for a couple minutes while I say what I need to say before I go back to the house. Because I took so many photos of the flooding, I was also able to go back and match the times with the water heights, so I know when I need to act and when I need to worry. I always keep them open and monitor every day now. Yeah, and it's sad right now because it's a lot of undue stress, even for us, because we're dealing with the same creek that you guys are dealing with, and we get it first before you guys do because we're upstream. So with that being said, we as well usually know, but we got out earlier than we normally would have with Debbie, and it was a good thing because when the water decided to come in through the night and into the morning, we wouldn't have been able to get out. So do not take these things lightly. No idea what's coming. I won't be caught off guard again. Yeah, you know, we kind of seen that it was coming, and so we made all of our preparations and then left. And by the next morning, I mean, the water was so high we probably wouldn't have been able to drive our vehicles out. And I think it caught a lot of people off guard like that. And then by the time, you know, 9 o'clock came out, I went, you know, to the store and was trying to come back about 10:30. They had already opened the gates, you know, and we started seeing water levels rise like crazy. The water from the rain was coming in like crazy, and it caught a lot of people off guard. And so, you know, I just definitely wouldn't take it lightly, guys. I know this is a super long live. It's a super long stream. You know, but I'm always going to advocate on the side of safety. Just like we were trying to push for Manatee County to do, and they did with Helen so far. I think they took that one a lot seriously because it was projected to be a 3 to 5, you know, so that kind of changed things for them a little bit. But I definitely appreciate everybody watching the video and commenting and everything like that. Handy if you sent me your contact info in that email, I can get a hold of you later on outside of YouTube, and I'll let you know if we see anything on our side to let you know it's coming. Obviously I'll also be here on YouTube. You guys can always catch me here on YouTube. I appreciate the love and support 100%, and I would like to keep growing this channel to be a reliable source for you guys. I try and base a lot of my stuff on facts and on evidence and things that are tangible, things that, you know, you can touch, and that are concrete. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna go to the house and take care of everything I gotta take care of in the night, and we'll recap tomorrow. You know, tomorrow Sunday, we'll see, you know, how it's looking. Expect, I got your back. No service member here. Just patriotic, no service member. But you know, I'll check back with you. Obviously, expect the dam to be releasing water throughout this whole event. You know, count on that, because that flow is obviously going to impact everything else, including Gamble Creek, Braden River, all you guys. You know, I definitely kind of touching on that subject a little bit, and I've talked to a lot of the residents over there. I don't think it was a backwater effect for them. There was a report real quick of a, my bad, I thought you said, no, that was probably referring to my other Gmail, and that was a given Gmail, which was a U.S. Marine Gmail. But there was a report in Ward Lake of a manatee stuck in there. So I did call FWC because the individual did not know who to contact, and I'll let them know. So they should hopefully be rescuing that guy out if they haven't already. And I think that there was definitely a lot of water their way. Obviously, for the manatee to get over that stationary weir wall, had to be a lot of water on their end. But I don't believe that it was a super huge backwater effect that caused that for them. I definitely think that the river swelled out, and you know, that was kind of a factor. Maybe with the storm surge, you know, they do an investigation, they might be able to kind of put 2 and 2 together on that. You know, a lot of theirs was majority just rain, from what most of the stories have told. So I appreciate it. Anything I can do for you guys, you have my email. It is always in the description. don't use the one that's in my couple earlier videos. Use the Parrish News Network at Gmail to send me news tips, story suggestions, things like that. And I will try and cover everything that I can, and I'll try and cover you guys' story handy as well. I want to make sure that you guys on Jim Davis know that I am in contact with somebody. I'm not going to say his name on Jim Davis, and I was supposed to cover him. He had some stuff going on. He was doing some cleanup on the island and things, and we've rescheduled. So that is on the books. I believe that is coming up this Tuesday. And then this coming up Friday, I'm supposed to meet Amanda Ballard. So hopefully, things are well enough where, we can have a civil discussion, and we can have that conversation. And other than that, like I said, I'm gonna jump off here. It's late, 7:41. We started about, a little after 5 o'clock, and we'll see what happens. So I appreciate it, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.